What day would not be complete without a poem about the pathogen in the White House? I call this inheriting the idiot wind. I knew who Donald Trump was in the 1980s and 90s. I'd watch him on Howard Stern periodically, listening to the graphic details of his adulterous escapades. And catalog of sexual appetites convinced me he used and abused women as a matter of course. They were sexual objects to him. His own daughter was a sexual object to him, and he didn't care who knew it. Trump's been executing this routine for 40 years. Jeffrey Epstein followed his lead. Not the other way around. They were partners in sex crimes involving females of all ages. And what I saw was a narcissistic sociopath, no empathy for anyone else, no compassion for anyone else, no morals, no principles, all me, I. And there was no mystery about who this guy was. It was only a mystery to those who didn't care to see. The evangelical pastors who support Trump say, God has forgiven him for his past sin. Wrong. It's Jesus who does the forgiving. God is not a forgive and forget kind of guy. Check the Bible again. It's full of examples of fire and brimstone raining down on transgressors of God's rule of law. Yet, in 2016, nearly 63 million white people voted for him for president. About these people, I can only say there are three possibilities. Trump voters are either incredibly naive, incredibly ignorant, or positively immoral. I wonder if they did this on purpose, by accident, or by design. In any case, it's not justifiable, it's not forgivable, it's not redeemable. It's a game changer in how I look at the world and all the people in it. Henceforth, it changes everything. Whatever happens from now on, chuck it off to the legacy of stupid white America. I have one more I'd like to read. I had a stroke about 2.5 years ago, and this is a vision that I have. I wrote down a vision that I have during the 2.5 days that I was incommunicado. I was someplace else. I call it a near-death experience, but I don't know where the hell I was. Bringing chapter 3 to a close brings Moses to mind, as he stood on the slopes of Sinai with the tablet of the red Ten Commandments raised over his head, ready to hurl them into the golden calf fashioned by his brother Aaron. Did he think, why has it come to this? Will it end our journey to the promised land? Worshipping idols yields 2 generations lost, with the 40 years of wandering the desert of Saul, brought on by the selfishness for monetary bliss. 2 generations must pass before the harvest of souls. The Exodus analogy springs to mind of the Woodstock generation. Has the same fate befallen them? At the 50-year anniversary of the gathering of the tribes, can we get back to the garden, or is that path closed? Only time will tell. But I know one thing for certain. As long as we live by the credo, money talks and bullshit walks, nothing will ever be right with the world again.